Okay, so what is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words expressing a complete idea. Now, in a sentence, let us see what is a subject and a predicate. Does any one of you know? Can I get any example? Through the chat box. Okay, so I will explain it to you. A subject is that part of a sentence which names the person or thing we are speaking about. That is the important character in the in a sentence. That is the main person. It can be a noun. Most probably it is a noun. And what is a predicate? Predicate is telling us what the subject is doing. Okay, that is known as predicate. We will understand this with an example. Here you can see the manager has changed all his staffs recently. Now here what becomes the subject? Manager. That is a person. And what he did, the work of that person is known as predicate. So what did the manager do? He changed all of his staff recently. So has changed all of his staff recently becomes a predicate. And what is the subject? Subject is the main person who is giving the duty, assigning a duty. So what is the subject here? The manager. So the manager becomes a subject and has changed all of his staff recently becomes the predicate. Okay. So have you all understood what is a subject and a predicate? Won't reply through the chat box. Then we shall proceed further. Okay. Yes. Okay. Very good. So now let's see what are the types of sentences. Now, as I told you, whatever sentence we speak, even those are of different types, but you will not be aware of all the types. So today we are going to learn the different types of sentences. Okay, I want everyone's attention. I'll ask any of you to give me the answer and frame sentences on their own. So the types of sentences are, the first type of sentence is an assertive sentence. Now, what is an assertive sentence? An assertive sentence, it is a normal sentence which makes a statement or it tells us a fact, and it is always punctuated by a period, that is a full stop. At the end of the sentence, you will find a full stop. And what is an assertive sentence? It is a simple sentence which makes a statement or tells us some fact. Okay, an assertive sentence, it is also called as a declarative sentence. So assertive sentence has two names. You can either call it assertive or you can call it declarative. For example, the dog in the neighbor's yard is barking. Now this is giving us a clear idea. What is the dog doing here? The dog in the neighbor's yard is barking. It is a simple sentence. It is giving us a statement. Now in this sentence, I want Vedika.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Vedika. Yes. Can you tell me what is the subject and predicate in the sentence?
Subject is the dog and the
Yes.
predicate is barking.
No. The entire thing becomes a predicate. Okay. So in the neighbor's yard is barking becomes the predicate. Because
Okay.
what the dog is doing? Where is he? He is barking in the neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood?
Yes.
So did
Yes.
you all
Yes.
understand what are assertive sentence? It is a
Yes.
simple sentence which makes a fact or a statement. We'll see some more examples of assertive sentences. You can mute.
Thank you, teacher.
With he plays with passion. Okay, then she is a good leader. Honesty is the best policy. See, it is giving us fact. Now, the students were attending the class. What were the students doing? They were attending the class. The sun rises in the east. So, all these are facts. When we get facts or statements in a simple form, those sentences are known as assertive sentences. Now, I want you all to frame two sentences, each one. In your book, write two sentences. I'll ask any of you to read it. Okay, two sentences, frame two sentences. That is two assertive sentences. Now, let's move to the second type of sentence. Very good, students. All are correct. Now the second type of sentence. It is an imperative sentence. Now what is an imperative sentence? Let's see. An imperative sentence is either a command, a request, a suggestion, or an appeal. That means if in a sentence you find someone is commanding, command means giving an order, or requesting something, like can you please give me a glass of water, or suggesting something, or asking for an appeal, such sentences are known as imperative sentence. Okay, such sentences are known as imperative sentence. When a sentence gives a command, request, suggestion, or appeal, it is known as an imperative sentence. For example, you can see here, close the door. What is close the door? You are commanding someone to close the door for you. So it is a example, it is a command. So such sentences where you give a command or request are known as imperative sentences. Let us look at some more examples so you will have a better idea what are imperative sentences. The first one, please be quiet. You're asking someone, if someone is talking too much, what you're saying, please be quiet. That is your commanding. Pass the salt. Move out of my way. Find my leather jacket. Be there at 5. Clean your room. Complete these by tomorrow. So all these sentences, what they are saying, they are either giving a command or a request or appealing for something or giving suggestions. So when you find these 3 to 4 things in a sentence, that is a command, a request, an appeal, such sentences are known as imperative sentence. Okay, so same as we did for assertive sentence, I want examples from you students. Okay, so we have seen the examples of imperative sentences also. Now, let us see the third type of sentence, that is exclamatory sentence. Now, what is an exclamatory sentence? An exclamatory sentence expresses great emotion or excitement. Okay, if you have some great emotion, great feelings or excitement, you're expressing some excitement. Okay, that is known as an exclamatory sentence. And the best way to identify an exclamatory sentence is that an exclamatory sentence always ends with an exclamation mark. For example, the house is on fire. And you can see there is an exclamation mark here. Okay, so sentences which expresses some strong emotions or something about excitement, they are known as exclamatory sentences. Let us look at few more examples of exclamatory sentence. What a cute puppy. How fast you ran. That birthday cake was so good. That's such a gorgeous ring. What a happy ending. What a lovely bouquet of flowers. Fantastic. Let's go. Okay. So in these sentences, you will see there is excitement, there is emotion attached and some feelings. Okay. A feeling of emotion. It can be good also. It can be bad also. It can be of something angry also. But when you express a feeling of emotions or thoughts, okay, or excitement, all such things, all such sentences are known as exclamatory sentence. And an exclamatory sentence, as I said, always ends with an exclamation mark. So remember that. Okay, now through the chat box, come on, give me answers. Oh, very good, Tanishka. Wow, you look so beautiful. Very good. Isha, what a good day. Very good. Ritwa says, gosh, that was horrid, Rupa. Yes, very nice. What a cute white mouse. See, what I told you in an exclamatory sentence always ends with an exclamation mark. So when you're sending me sentences, you have to put the exclamation mark. Okay? Wow, Sat says that pizza was so good. Very good. Very nice, students. Now let me unmute some and ask. Okay, I've got so lovely answers from you all. Very good students. That means very good students. You must always keep trying like this. Okay, so till now we have learned 3 types of sentences. That is an assertive sentence, which is also called a declarative sentence, then an imperative sentence and an exclamatory sentence. Now let us look to the 4th type of sentence. That is an interrogative sentence. Now, what is an interrogative sentence? Let's see. Now, when a sentence asks a question, okay, whenever any sentence asks a question, it is known as an interrogative sentence. And an interrogative sentence always ends with a question mark. Now, we saw in exclamatory sentences, sentence always ends with an exclamation mark. So, in an interrogative sentence, the sentence ends with a question mark. And what is a sentence? The sentences always ask a question. For example, you can see here, is it raining? Question mark. Let us look at few more examples. Do you have your homework ready? Are you ready to go? Did you go to the game Friday night? Would you prefer chocolate or vanilla ice cream? Should I call you or email you? You're coming to the party, aren't you? Where do you live? Okay, so all the sentences, you can see in all the sentences, we are asking a question to someone, to some person. Okay, so when you find such type of such sentences, they are known as interrogative sentence. And an interrogative sentence always ends with a question mark. Okay, wow, students are replying continuously in the chat box. Very good. Let me see some answers. You says, um, did we make a cake for you? You can say, can we make a cake for you? Okay. Honey says, who is with you? Akila says, what are you doing? Arya says, who makes breakfast for the family? Very good, students. All are framing so nice sentences. Dad, can we go to play in the park? Very good, Shrishti. Very nice sentence. Arushi says, would you like to hang out with me? Can we play together? Did you do the homework? Do you have water? Very good. My God, so many replies. I can't read all of them in one class, but very good students. So I hope you all have understood what is an interrogative sentence. Let me ask someone to tell me. Arushi Pawar.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Give me an example of an interrogative sentence.
Okay. Did you eat the cake?
Okay, and it should always end with a question mark. So whenever you're writing sentences, the end is very important. Okay, in an assertive sentences, you saw you have to put a full stop. In an exclamatory sentence, there should be an exclamation mark. In an interrogative sentence, there should be a question mark, or else your marks will get cut. Okay, very good. Now let us. Okay, Isha wants to say, where are you, Isha? Okay, Isha. Speak, tell me.
Can you will play with me?
Can you play with me? Yes, very good. Okay, you can mute. So this was all about interrogative sentence. Wait, students, I'll give you a chance. We have many more sentences. In the last also, I'll ask you to frame sentences, okay? I'll give all of you a chance. Then the next type of sentence is an optative sentence. Now, what is an optative sentence? Let's see. The sentence which expresses a prayer, a keen wish, or a curse is called an optative sentence. For example, may you be happy in life. Okay, when you're saying a prayer for someone or you're wishing someone for good luck, or if you're cursing someone, such sentences are known as optative sentences. Remember the words, okay? Such sentences are known as optative sentence. So what are optative sentences? The sentences which expresses a prayer. You can see author giving someone a good luck, or if someone is sick or something, you are trying to help them, you're trying to make them normal, okay, make them feel good. So such sentences are known as optative sentences. Let us look at few more examples. May you too live long enough to see your grandchildren. May God bless us all. May you become successful enough to buy love. May the Almighty help in this tragedy. Wish you a very successful married life. Wish you a happy journey together. May your team win the match. Now see here you can see that there are exclamation marks, but these are not exclamatory sentences because they are not expressing an excitement. Okay, here what they are doing, they are wishing someone a good luck or saying a prayer to someone with an that is the reason there is an exclamation mark at the end. But these are not examples of exclamatory sentences. Okay, here you can see you're telling someone that may your team win the match. You're praying for someone. Okay, so such sentences, when you find such sentences, these sentences are known as optative sentences. Okay, now I want you students to answer. The next sentence is a negative sentence. Now, just as the word says negative, that means something is negative in that. What is the negative mean mostly? The something that is not. Now, here you can see in this example, she does not speak Spanish. Okay, so we are saying that one person cannot do something. We are saying negative about someone. So, such sentences, when you will find words with not, are known as negative sentences. For example, I am not flying to England. They are not from England. He wasn't eating white rice. They were not sad when he moved away. She did not like Bikram yoga. She does not have to commute to work. They will not be joining us for dinner tonight. She won't be attending the Met Gala this year. They weren't playing poker. So in all these sentences, you can see there are negative words such as not, wasn't, don't, won't, weren't. So when you find sentences or if you want to frame a sentence, you have to add the words using not word which are negative. So such sentences, when you find negative words in the sentences, they are known as a negative sentence. Okay, now I want answers from you all. Okay, this was all about negative sentences. So I hope you the 6 types of sentences are clear to you all and do not get confused in anything. Okay, I've explained you in detail about each and every type, and all of you, more than half of the class have replied to me, have framed sentences on their own. That's very good, students. Now let us see what is a phrase and a clause. The difference between a phrase and a clause. Now a phrase is a group of words that expresses a single idea but do not form a complete sense. That is, you will find phrase in the sentences. They will add some meaning to the sentence, but they do not make a complete sense. And a phrase will not have a subject and a predicate. Okay, phrases, they are just group of words. They add poetic effect, but they do not make a complete sense. That is, they cannot stand on their own as a sentence. Whereas a clause is a group of words which forms part of a sentence. You will find clause in a sentence. Sometimes in a sentence there will be 2 clauses with a conjunction in between and. Okay, so those are clauses. So what is a clause? A clause is a group of words which forms part of a sentence and it contains a subject and a predicate. Whereas a phrase does not contain a subject and a predicate. Okay, hope you have understood the difference between a phrase and a clause. Okay, let us see this example. Now, Marie likes cats. I want Tanishka, tell me, Marie likes cat. Is this a phrase or a clause?
Marie likes cat. No,
What is it?
it is not a phrase.
Oh, yes, very good. That means it is a clause. Why is it a clause? Because it is making a complete sense. There is a subject that is Marie, and what does she like? She likes cats. Okay, yes. So that is a clause. And now, a story as old as time. Now, this does not make a complete sense. It is not giving us a complete meaning. But this can be used in a sentence if we add a subject and a predicate to it. Okay, so such group of words, when it does not make a complete sense, are known as phrases. And what is a clause? A clause is a group of words which forms part of a sentence and it has a subject and a predicate. Okay, I hope the difference is clear to you all. You can mute. Hope the difference between a phrase and a clause is clear to you all.